Now, mining-dependent economies like South Africa are fretting as gold is poised for its biggest annual loss in more than 3 decades after gaining in price for the last 12 years. Now, the price of gold having slipped below $1,200 a troy ounce, and many miners having declared that the operations in South Africa are economically unviable below $1,500 a troy ounce, there's a real cause for concern here. Now, the slide in gold prices is mainly blamed on the U.S. Federal Reserve, or at least comments coming out of Ben Bernanke, cutting borrowing costs to a record low to bolster the economy. Investors around the world are selling bullion from exchange-traded products at a record pace as unprecedented money printing by central banks has failed to spur market inflation. Now, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke said this month that the U.S. Central Bank, which buys about $85 billion or so worth of treasury debt and mortgage debt every single month, may trim those purchases this year and end the program in 2014 if the American economy does continue to improve. Now, you may remember the trip to Mozambique, which the South African President Jacob Zuma cancelled due to Nelson Mandela's ailing health conditions down south in South Africa. Well, the conference is proceeding as planned. The South African Development Community SADC leaders met in Mozambique's capital, Maputo, for a 2-day infrastructure investment conference aimed at luring potential investors into rolling out the Regional Infrastructure Development Master Plan for Vision 2027. Now, that blueprint is a 15-year plan that will guide the implementation of cross-border infrastructure projects between 2013 and 2027. CCTV's Julie Shire was there.
Under the theme Accelerating Infrastructure Investment through Sustainable and Innovative Financing, SADC representatives continued with the agenda despite South African President Jacob Zuma cancelling last minute due to former President Nelson Mandela's critical condition. The key objective of this meeting was for SADC to present the Regional Infrastructure Development Master Plan, in particular the short-term action plan to potential investors, funders of infrastructure, and key international cooperating partners. But with these plans comes challenges.
The cross-border nature of these projects, you need several authorities to have a buy-in into the projects, and also project preparation. You know, the funds to do that is another key area that must be addressed, as well as, you know, the capacity, you know, the technical wherewithal to undertake these projects. So those are the key challenges, but I think as a region now, I think we are geared towards addressing those.
The main focus was on energy and on how the private sector, together with financial institutions, can play a major role in improving access to modern energy services and tapping into the abundant energy resources in the continent. Particular attention was placed on Mozambique.
We are actively involved in supporting Mozambique to realize that potential. We are in the coal. We are one of the potential funders in the coal with Vale. We are in the gas, assisting Mozambique to do feasibility studies and quantify how much they have in terms of the gas. So yes, we are actively involved in supporting them to realize this potential and invest to make sure that it is actually realized.
Infrastructure is a very important key platform for development. Not only rails and ports, but also communications, airports and everything. We need, as investors and as mining company, we need to support all of this sector. But for sure, for us, the key one is rail and port.
Each one of us will play his role. Governments, private sector, ICPs, and regional bodies, COMESA, EAC, and SADC. Once we have that, and we provided the legal framework, I think that we can move. And it's better to invest now, because otherwise then we'll be too late.
The 2-day Regional Infrastructure Investment Conference here in Maputo hopes to mobilize $64 billion over the period of 15 years. An ambitious master plan that leaves the question, can it be sustainable? Julie Shire, CCTV News in Maputo, Mozambique.